Intimacy. Just saying and thinking the word intimacy makes me feel some kind of way. It's just not physical for me, but it also can be your intellect, spirituality, or the words you convey. Let's talk about the physical, that first touch.
Hey yo, you ever been to heaven, girl? I'ma make this shit clear. Take your phone with you, gotta call me when you get there. Your body like a roadmap, leading me to kiss here. When I get to certain parts, I easily forget where. First I'm kissing that thigh, then I'm that thigh, kissing on your left breast, then I'm back on that side, kissing on the pussy, got it looking like it's baptized, moaning in the bed like you do, shorty that's mine. Let me see though, tell me that you need more. Got my fingers cutting through the water like a speedboat. Now it's my turn, this is what your knees for. You already know, go slow when you deep throat. Yeah, you all that, but you know I want it all. Girl, it's only one to you, so you the only one to call. So forever be the only one I'm loving on. Say it louder when I splash through your waterfalls. This what you here for, we gon' have a great time. Sex in the air, panties falling to the wayside. What you do with me, I gotta see it truthfully. Cause all that talking you've been doing really ain't new to me. No it ain't, really no it's not. Don't be trying to change up, I'ma say it one more time. This what you here for, we gon' have a great time. Sex in the air, panties falling to the wayside. It's a kush cloud, now you know we getting high. This is where it all falls down, don't kill a vibe. Girl, your body like a car, wanna chill and drive. Should I push it to the limit when I get inside? 24s, when they bounce, girl, you one of those. And you got the work magic in your underclothes. Before the camera, baby, do it, make a wonder pose. And let a nigga strike your booty like a thunderbolt. From now on, I won't treat you like these other hoes. So don't you ever make me wonder when you coming home. Play games, nah, bitches better run alone. And if she for the streets, fuck it, I'ma let her roam. Yeah, and that's facts with proof. I was a little off track, but now it's back to you. You told me to have my way with it, act the fool. And of course, now let me show you what I have for you. This what you here for, we gon' have a great time. Sex in the air, panties falling to the wayside. What you do with me, I gotta see it truthfully. Cause all that talking you've been doing really ain't new to me. No it ain't, really no it's not. Don't be trying to change up, I'ma say it one more time. This what you here for, we gon' have a great time. Sex in the air, panties falling to the wayside.
From the crown of my head to my lips and breasts, and in between my thighs, can be pure bliss. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy physical intimacy, but when we can vibe with pure and true intellect, that means a lot for me. Resonating with the power to feel and give knowledge to each other. When you have a spiritual connection with someone, that's a different type of intimacy. To be related or joined in spirit with someone can be so satisfying, especially when it's done right.
Now, I don't know what your grandmama told you, but true intimacy starts way before you get to the bedroom. Let's get into the 6 vital signs of true into me I see. Sign number 1. You're able to see the beauty within the individual as opposed to being fixated on the external. That is grown folk business. Number 2, your connection gets deeper as time goes by. Instead of fading away, which is nothing but lust. Number 3, you feel close and connected regardless of the physical proximity because it has nothing to do with that and everything to do with the soul connection. Can I get an amen? Number 4, it leads to you wanting to know the person inside out. That is true intimacy. You want to know everything about them, the depth, the core, all that. Number 5, it is rooted in genuine desire instead of obligation or a sense of duty. And of course, number 6, it does not lead with the physical, but it sure does lead to the physical.
Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, whatever time of the day that you are watching Daily Dose of D, aka Goddess D of Love. It's Friday. It's Freaky Flashback Friday, y'all. Yes, it is. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, a wonderful night last night. But we made it to Friday. We made it to Friday, y'all. And like I just said, it's Freaky Flashback Friday. So, what's our quote for today for Freaky Flashback Friday? Quote of the day is search and find your true meaning of intimacy. It can be great and pleasurable. Just remember to do it in privacy. By Goddess Dear Love. Yes, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. The word of today, if you didn't know and couldn't guess, is intimacy because it's Freaky Friday. Flashback Freaky Friday. We're going to keep the flashback in there. But we're going to be a little freaky today. We're going to talk about intimacy, which is close familiarity or friendship, closeness, a private, cozy atmosphere. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So, our title for today is Intimacy Unveiled, the Power of Connection in Human Relationships. So, let's get into it. Intimacy is one of the most profound human experiences, rooted in a deep connection and understanding between individuals. It goes beyond physical affection to encompass emotional, intellect, and even spiritual closeness. Intimacy is essential for human well being as it fosters trust, vulnerability, and connection by exploring the different forms of intimacy. We can gain a deeper understanding of how these bounds shapes our lives and enrich our emotional experiences. Okay, so we got the breakdown of what intimacy is. It's one of the most profound human experiences, and it's a deep connection. It goes far beyond the physical part because we know that's part of it too, but it's also the emotional and even the spiritual closeness. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into what types of intimacies there are. Intimacy is often thought of as a romantic or physical, but it exists in many forms, each contributing uniquely to human relationships. Emotional intimacy allows individuals to share their innermost thoughts and feelings, creating a safe place where they can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. Intellectual intimacies arises when people share ideals and engage in stimulating conversations that challenge and inspire each other. Experimental intimacy is built through shared activities and experiences that create a sense of unity. Lastly, spiritual intimacy can occur when people connect on a shared sense of purpose or belief system, giving their relationship a sense of deeper meaning. Yes, there are different types of intimacy. And what I'm going to focus on today here at Daily Dose of D is the emotional intimacy, the intellect intimacy, the experimental intimacy, and the spiritual intimacy. All four of them. I'm going to break those down for you. Okay? So, of course, let's go ahead and get into the first one as we discuss emotional intimacy. So, emotional intimacy is the ability to share one's deepest feelings, thoughts, and vulnerabilities with the person. It involves a high level of trust and empathy, allowing individuals to feel understood, supported, and valued without fear of judgment. Emotional intimacy is a foundation for many relationships as it creates a safe space for authentic connection and comfort. So, emotional intimacy involves being vulnerable with the other person, and it involves a high level of trust and empathy. So when you're having this type of intimacy with a person, you really trust that person, you feel supported, and you do it without fear and judgment. So this emotional intimacy, like it stated, is usually the foundation of many, many relationships. So let's go on to the next one. That's going to be intellectual intimacy. Intellectual intimacy occurs when individuals connect through sharing of ideals, values, and opinions. It involves open, engaging conversations where both people feel comfortable expressing their thoughts without the fear of being dismissed. Intellectual intimacy fosters growth and understanding as both individuals feel respected and stimulated by one another's perspective. Yes, intellectual intimacy. I really, really like intellectual intimacy. I love when I can have a conversation where both of us are expressing our ideals, our creative sides, and just vibing, and you can feel comfortable. Like even with it's the same point as with the emotional intimacy. You do it without fear because you trust that person, and this helps intellectual intimacy. Oh, when you have that, it just helps grow your mind, and understanding is part of growth. And it also helps both of the people feel that they're respected and that you stimulated by each other's perspectives. Okay? So let's go on to the next type of intimacy. Experimental intimacy. What they got to say about experimental intimacy? Develops through shared experiences and activities that bring people together, whether it's traveling, cooking, or working on a project. These joint experiences create a sense of unity and belonging. By building memories together, people bond over mutual enjoyment and teamwork, strengthening their connection through the simple act of doing things together. Yes, experimental intimacy is the experience. Shout out to my sister, True Daughter of Darkness. She always says it's about the experience. So you can have an experience experimental intimacy with somebody. So you can experience things such as cooking, traveling, working on certain projects, being creative as well, in a sense of where you're in unity with each other and you're building memories, you're building the experience, or having an experience with somebody, doing something different, um, going on a trip together, doing a doing something adventurous. You are experiencing life, doing something that both of you guys have never done before. I love doing things like that. Watching a movie that we have never seen before. I love having experimental, excuse me, intimacy. So this helps people bond over many, many things, and it strengthens their connection through the simple acts of just doing things together. So let's go on to number 4. And this one, man, this one for me is my top one actually. A spiritual intimacy. A spiritual intimacy is the closeness that arises from shared beliefs, values, or sense of purpose. This can this can include religious belief, but it also extends to a shared world view or life philosophies. Spiritual intimacy allows individuals to feel connected on a level that goes beyond daily life, tapping into a deeper understanding of each other's values and life purposes. This type of intimacy can provide a strong sense of unity and meaning. Yes, when you can have a spiritual connection, spiritual intimacy, spiritual closeness with somebody, that's a beautiful thing, y'all, because you're connecting on a higher level. And this doesn't always mean religious beliefs. This can extend on another level of a life philosophy or whatever your spiritual practice is. Doesn't It doesn't always include religion. It can for some and for many, and on another depends which your spirituality is. Me personally, I enjoy meditating. I believe in the divine. I believe in my ancestors. I believe in the universe. And when I connect with someone with that, oh man, intimacy, y'all, make me want to get to that physical intimacy. You feel me? But this type of intimacy, spiritual intimacy, can provide a strong sense of unity and meaning. So each of these types of intimacy contributes, excuse me, contributes to, let me say this again. Each of these types of intimacy contributes uniquely to human relationships. It helps to build a more comprehensive and fulfilling connection between individuals. A crucial element of intimacy is vulnerability. You know, that's our favorite word over here at the Love Palace, vulnerability. This is the willingness to be open and authentic, even when it feels uncomfortable. Vulnerability allows individuals to reveal their true selves without the mask of pretense or self protection. This openness fosters trust, mutual respect, which these things are fundamental in any intimate relationship. When individual can share their fears, insecurities, and dreams, they feel seen and accepted, which strengthens their emotional bond. Having intimate connection means being real, real to yourself. Because when you're real to yourself, you can't be fake to anybody else. So then that makes you be vulnerable. But let me tell you something. If you're fake to yourself, you fake to other people. It starts with you. Intimacy starts with you. Create this bond of being vulnerable and being true to yourself, even if it feels uncomfortable. Even if you have to face struggles and face demons and problems and things that you need to work on. In order to create intimate relationships with other people, you have to have an intimate relationship with yourself. Okay? So, you know how we do it at Daily Dose of D. We're going to talk about the challenges of intimacy, and then I'm going to always give you or offer some steps or approaches with intimacy. So, before we do that, Let's go ahead and talk about challenges of intimacy. Building intimacy is not without challenges. Modern life often presents obstacles to developing deep connections with technology, and social media frequently contributes to superficial interactions. Let me say that again. Modern life often presents obstacles to developing deep connection with technology and social media, frequently contributing to superficial interactions. Fear of vulnerability can also be a barrier, as people may worry about rejection or judgment if they reveal their true self. Additionally, unresolved past experiences and emotional baggage can hinder one's ability to trust and establish intimate connections. Yes, there is challenges with being intimate with people, especially in today's society with the world of technology and social media, with this, which contribute to superficial interaction. People have a fear of being vulnerable, so what do? I just said it. They be fake and phony, and they have a fear of rejection, so they just go along to get along. And some people just act a complete fool. You feel me? If you I don't know, that's what came over me, y'all. That's what came over me. I'm sorry. You have to be able to face your vulnerability. Don't worry about the rejection of people and being judged by others. Be true to yourself. Create intimacy with yourselves. But the challenges of today's society make it hard for you, hard for us. Let me correct that, because they want you to perceive to be a certain way, or you got to be on a certain stature, or you got to look a certain way, or you got to talk a certain way, or you got to be able to scratch a certain type of way, or you got to be a certain way on social media. These are the challenges of being intimate. It's going to help. These challenges are not going to help you build intimate relationships with people, because you're out there doing funny stuff. Let me just say it like that. Because I don't know what time of day is gonna. And plus, my little kids, my little toddlers and stuff be watching me, but they know how I am. But anyway, cultivate good intimate relationships despite the challenges. Solve your unresolved past experiences and your emotional baggage so you can have the ability to trust people and establish intimate connections. Okay? So, we're going to go into, like I said, you know how we do it over here. 11, and I'm trying to get to these as quick as possible, but not if not, it's my channel. I can take my time. 11 approaches to help foster intimacy in relationship, whether relationship is platonic, romantic, platonic, or family. Okay? Guess what the first step is? We already went into it. Being vulnerable. Vulnerability, y'all. That is the first step of approach to fostering intimacy in relationships. Sharing your true self. Man, I just said that. Including fears, dreams, and insecurities is essential for intimacy. Vulnerability allows the other person to understand and accept you fully, fostering a deep sense of closeness. Start by opening up small personal details. Then gradually share more as trust builds. Practice being vulnerable. I just said this. So it's because this is the word over here at the Love Palace. Y'all already know. Be vulnerable. Allow yourself to open up to people. And like they said, do it small. Because I already know, y'all, it's hard. It's hard in today's world to be vulnerable, especially because there is social media. You being vulnerable with somebody, you know what that does sometimes on social media? It makes them go tell all your business on social media. So it's hard to be vulnerable. So in order to practice being vulnerable, just start off slow. Give a small detail. See how that works. See if that gets on social media. Well, that's going to tell you if you get a little small detail, not to tell the big detail. You feel me? So gradually build trust. That's how you can practice vulnerability. What's step number 2D? Communicate openly and honestly. So, open communication is the key to all forms of intimacy. Express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and actively listen to the other person's perspective. Avoid judgment and instead approach conversations with empathy and understanding. Honest, non judgmental communication deepens emotional and intellectual intimacy by making both individuals feel seen and valued. Yes, open communication with honesty. When you're opening up these lines of communication to form an intimate relationship, you have to be honest. You have to express your thoughts and feelings and make sure this is one of the favorite things as well. You're active listening because you got two ears and one mouth. So that means we got to be quiet more and listen more. Avoid being judgmental and approach conversations with empathy and understanding. That way you can build an intimate relationship with people. If you're coming off harsh, and as we talked about yesterday, using the word no, if you're coming off harsh when you're trying to build an intimate relationship, whether it's romantic, family, or friendship, you are not gonna. You're gonna shut people off. The way you approach somebody is gonna determine how this communication works. So be honest and non judgmental when having conversation. This is going to deepen, it says, both the emotional and intellect intimacy. So both individuals feel seen and valued. Okay. Number 3, excuse me, spend quality time together. Of course. Excuse me. Of course, that's going to be part of intimacy. Quality time is foundation to experimental intimacy. Plan activities that you both enjoy or explore new experiences together, like taking a class or traveling. These shared moments create memories and a sense of companionship, reinforcing, reinforcing your connection. So, like we said, that experimental intimacy. Spend time together. Whatever it is that you like to do. Watching movies, uh, going out, a nice dinner, watching different things on TV together, Netflix and chill. You feel me? Spend time together. Let's go on to number 4. Engage in deep, meaningful conversations. Move beyond small talk by discussing meaningful topics like life goals, personal values, and spiritual and philosophical, philosophical. Ha! Y'all, I got it. Philosophical beliefs. These conversations promote intellectual intimacy and help both individuals learn from and challenge each other in separate ways. So once you start having them small conversations and you want the intimate relationship to grow, start building a broader conversation. Discuss things that, hey, what do you want to do What's your goal? It's so funny. As soon as I heard what's your goal, I thought of Steve Harvey book Think Like a Man. What's your long term goal? What's your short term goal? That's what came to mind. Well, that was definitely a way to have practice these conversations, huh? Sorry, y'all. Had to take care of something real quick. But yes, that did remind me of the Steve Harvey movie. And this is a way that you can engage in deep, meaningful conversation. What's your short term goal? What's your long term goal? If y'all resonate with that. Number 5, practice active listening. Of course, when the other person speaks, listen without planning a response or interrupting. Hold on, let me repeat this for the people on the side, front, back, on the left, the right in front of me, right here. When the other person speaks, listen without planning a response or interrupting. Make an important effort to understand not only the words, but also their emotions behind them. Active listening fosters emotional intimacy by making the other person feel truly understood and valued. Practice active listening. Talking about it again. Listen with your ears, one mouth. You feel me? I had to learn this because, especially, um, let me say, I had to learn this when I was married, and I learned it now. But especially because women, and I'm just speaking because I am a woman, I can speak on the women. We have a tendency to already try to have the response instead of just listening to what the man is telling us at times, women. We already read it thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and respond. He's gonna say this, that, so I'm already gonna respond. That's not active listening. I had to learn that. D, that is not active listening. If you're already trying to plan a response, are you really listening to the person? So just ask yourself that. If you're already ready to respond, are you really listening? And then they'd be like, did you hear anything I said? And you'd be like, excuse me, huh? Yeah, that's that's not active listening, guys. Let's go on to number 6 so we can get through this. Points number 6 is show physical affection and presence. Okay. When the other person, I'm sorry, no, not that part. Physical touch, such as hugs, holding hands, or simply sitting close, can strengthen bonds, even in the non romantic relationships. Small gestures like a pat on the back or a warm handshake can foster closeness. Physical presence and affection provide comfort and help reinforce trust and security. Yes, show physical attention and presence. So if you're able to physically see a person and have an intimate relationship, things like a touch, a hug, holding hands, sitting close to each other, and that's for romantic relationships. For non romantic relationships, of course, a handshake, a pat on the back. I am a hugger, but I am very cognitive of who I hug now because the energy, and that's another lie, but because the energy, I am very like, oh, I don't hug everybody like I used to. But if I'm vibing with you and trying to have any type of intimate relationship with you, I'm going to hug you, or even having that nice handshake, or like it's gonna be okay, you know what I mean, rubbing the leg or something, you know what I'm saying. But in a romantic relation, y'all know what I'm saying, the physical touches and hugs and holding hands and kisses and stuff, let's go. That's part of that's part of intimacy as well in the romantic relationship. So let's go on to number 7. Share personal rituals and traditions. Interesting. Creating and sharing rituals or traditions, whether as simple as a weekly movie night or celebrating holidays together, can deepen intimacy. These rituals give a sense of continuity and stability, providing shared moments to look forward to and a reminder of your bond. So share different things. If you have something that you do every week, like a movie night or celebrating different holidays, if you're into that, birthdays, any type of things that you do regularly, traditions. Hey, it's movie night today. Hey, it's game night tonight. Hey, we're going to go out and meet for happy hour. Things like that is a reminder of how to create a strong and intimate bond with somebody. And then it provides memories for you guys to look forward to, and then reminds you how you enjoy that bond. Excuse me, y'all, these allergies. Look forward to a reminder of your bond. So share personal rituals and traditions. Let's go on to number 8. Number 8 is develop spiritual or purpose driven intimacy. Connection through shared values, beliefs, or a sense of purpose can nurture spiritual intimacy, whether through a religious practice, shared charitable activities, or discussions about life's meaning. Shared spiritual or purpose driven experiences create a bond that goes beyond the surface. Yes, like I said, this is a very important one for me personally. If I could vibe with you on a spiritual connection, boy, watch out, boy. No, I'm just kidding. Even with females, though, if we have a spiritual connection and talking, I can really vibe with you. We can end up having a good inti- intim- in- intimacy friendship. Yeah, so I really resonate with the spiritual development and driven intimacy with that. I love talking to my sisters. That's one of the things that we do. We have a very good spiritual connection, and we go deep into different practices or activities or things that we do, and we have a good time. It's a good experience. I love having that experimental intimacy with them. Let's go on to number 9. Number 9 is support each other's growth. Okay, we're going to support each other's growth. Support the other persons in their personal and professional growth. Offer encouragement for their goals and ambitions, and celebrate achievements. Encouraging each other's development and growth fosters a deep mutual respect and enriches the relationship. So, if you're having these intimate relationships, support the other person, either if it's personal or professional. Don't be a hater. Don't hate, congratulate. Ain't that what they say? Congratulate if you're really having these intimate relationships. Help them celebrate their goals, encourage them with their goals, and then celebrate their achievement. And this is going to help develop a more deep, mutual, respectful relationship when it comes to intimacy. Let's go ahead to number 10. What's number 10, y'all? Work through conflicts together. Uh-oh. You talking to me? You talking to me? Conflicts, when handled constructively, can strengthen intimacy. Approach disagreement with respect and a willingness to understand the other person's point of view. By resolving issues together, you demonstrate commitment to the relationship and foster a secure foundation for deeper trust and understanding. Ooh, this is a deep one. When conflict arises, y'all, when conflict arises, work through the conflict together. And you're going to approach these disagreements with respect and willingness to understand the other person. If you go into the conflict or disagreement with, I'm just here to say how you made me feel, and I don't even care what you think, that's not resolving conflict. But you want to go in resolving the issues together. So you're going to demonstrate that you value this relationship, this intimacy that you have with this person, and you're committed to it. And it's going to help you foster a deeper understanding and trust. Because conflict, it is very hard. People do not like to face disagreement a lot. If you're like me, I don't feel like arguing or discussing nothing sometimes. But I've learned to foster and willing to understand that let me go ahead and let this out, express myself. Excuse me. If you need to take some time to calm down, take that time, because you want to do it with understanding, especially if you're trying to work through conflicts together. Okay. And what's number 11, our last one? Practice consistency and patience. Building intimacy takes time and ongoing effort. Be consistent in your actions, showing up with genuine interest and care. Patience and constant consistency communicate that you're committed to the relationship, creating a safe space for intimacy to develop naturally. Practice consistency and patience. Man, sometimes it's hard, y'all, being patient. You feel me, y'all? Y'all know. You'd be like, I'm tired, and I'm tired. But if it's worth your relationship to have an intimate relationship with this person, you're going to have patience and you're going to constantly communicate with them. That way, there's a safe space for you to develop an intimate relationship naturally. This is an ongoing effort. Building intimacy takes time. It takes time and an ongoing effort. You got to be consistent if the person is worth it. If you feel it's worth having that bond, be consistent and communicate and be patient. By embracing these practices that I mentioned, intimacy can flourish, leading to a stronger, more meaningful relationship. Whether romantic or platonic, intimacy brings a profound sense of connection and supports the enriches both individuals and strengthens bonds. So remember that intimacy is a cornerstone of all relationships and crucial aspect of the human experience. It enriches our lives, allowing us to connect with others on a profound level. By embracing vulnerability, fostering open communication, and overcoming the obstacles to closeness, we can cultivate intimate relationships that offer support, understanding, and joy. In a world that often prioritizes superficial connections, nurturing intimacy can remind us of the importance of authenticity and the power of genuine human connection. Yes, intimacy is a cornerstone of a meaningful relationship and a crucial aspect of human experience. Yes, everybody, that is our word for today at Daily Dose of D. Y'all, the word was intimacy, close familiarity or friendship, closeness, a private, cozy atmosphere. Okay? Now, who you want to be intimate with, y'all? You don't got to tell me. But if you want these intimate relationships, I hope these steps that I provided you and offered to you, you use them. And if you don't care, it's okay too. I'm just saying. Remember, today is Freaky Flashback Friday, and the quote of D-Day is search and find your true meaning of intimacy. It can be great and pleasurable. Just remember to do it in privacy. By the one and only Goddess Dear Love, y'all. Y'all know how I do on Freaky Friday. Hold on. Let me get set up. Hold on. One moment. So, if you heard the song that I played at the beginning of this live, that is By the Wayside by Dangerous Music, DVD Music, one of my network family. And of course, the poetry part is by the one and only me, Goddess Dear Love. So I didn't say the whole poem on that song. So today on Freaky Flashback Friday, I'm going to give you the whole entire poem and I hope you enjoy it, okay? You know, my allergies is acting up, so bear with me. Intimacy. Just thinking and saying the word intimacy makes me feel some kind of way. It's not only the physical things for me, but it's also about your spiritual intellect or the words you convey. Let's talk about the physical. That first touch, something just as little as holding your hand or even a forehead kiss. From the crown of my head to my lips, breasts, and in between my thighs can be pure bliss. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy physical intimacy, but when you can vibe with pure intellect, it means a lot for me. Resonating with the power to feel and willing to feel and to will knowledge to each other that only two can see. When we have a spiritual connection with somebody, that's a different type of intimacy. To be related or joined in spirit can be so satisfying, especially when it's done in privacy. Oh, let's not forget the powerful and a beautiful conversation with someone you love. Talking, laughing, smiling. These things all count as true intimacy. That's what they are part of. So take the time and search and find your true meaning of intimacy. It could be great and pleasurable. Just remember, you do this in privacy. Ashe. Okay, everybody. That's by the one and only Goddess Dear Love, y'all. That's by Goddess Dear Love. Y'all tap in. We got some things happening with the poetry soon as well, with blended healing and other poets. So look forward to it soon, y'all. So before I leave, I left y'all with that. But you know what? I want to have experimental intimacy with y'all. Y'all remember what that definition is? Celebrating and doing activities and having things and fun, experimental intimacy. And this is how we can have experimental intimacy right here. Here we go. One time for the one time. Yes, 21-day countdown to my birthday. And Sagittarius time is coming. I know Scorpios, y'all still up in there. I love y'all. I love y'all too. But I'm doing my countdown. 21 days to this wonderful, beautiful queen you see up here's birthday. Let's go. You want to have experimental intimacy? Hey. So, once again, let me go and say that this show is always hosted by the network More Than Media. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to them, as well as my beautiful content creators that are in the chat. As well, I support some very, very good content creators. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to them as well. And before I leave, I want to leave you with a thought. You know, that's what I do. I leave y'all with a thought of the day. Here we go.
You don't have to be intimate in a way that's sexual. Intimacy is just a reality, understanding of your faults and weaknesses, and my acceptance of those faults and weaknesses, and vice versa. True intimacy is only found in vulnerability, like being absolutely who I fully am and expressing fully, even though I've been hurt for, even though I've been in all these things, because we tend to do that, right? We tend to allow the misery of our past to dictate the joy of our future, of our now, and we don't allow ourselves to be intimate with anyone else because we're not allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. So we stay in this ugly circle of the superficial level of love with no depth in it.
All right, y'all. Remember that intimacies means being vulnerable, as you heard from right there. So this is your daily dose of D, aka Goddess D of Love, on Freaky Flashback Friday. Yes, we talked about intimacy, all forms of intimacy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It's free 99. I'm on Instagram and TikTok as well. I appreciate it. So I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Remember to practice intimacy and privacy. You feel me? So how I'm gonna end this today? To all those people I have intimate relationships with, friendships, any ships, know that I love you. And those that want to create an intimate relationship with me, when you know it's more than physical, don't play with me, y'all. I love y'all too. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of love. Peace out. Once again, this is Daily Dose of D, aka Goddess D in Love. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe outside if you're going outside, but you go outside and get some nature. Okay? Peace and love. See you real soon.